Bonnie, happy Thursday! I feel like I need to start this video out with, hello, my name is Bonnie, I'm 51 years old, and I'm a palette hoarder. So, my obsession with makeup started a long time ago. So, I am 51 years old, class of 88, and in high school, I was always involved in theater. And when you're in the theater, you definitely are heavy into the makeup because when you're on stage, you wear a lot of makeup. You wear it very heavy, very extreme because you need to be able to project for being on stage. So, if you saw someone on stage in their makeup, you go, wow, that person's wearing an awful lot of makeup. So I kind of got my love for makeup in the theater. I was very into all the different bands from the 80s that wore a lot of makeup. I loved Culture Club. I loved Boy George. I loved Duran Duran. I loved Cyndi Lauper. I loved the Talking Heads. I mean, most of the bands in the 80s, I want to say they wore some sort of makeup. They wore a lot of it. And it's funny because my obsession with makeup started like at the Clinique counter. I remember being obsessed with Clinique because we didn't have a lot of choices back then. You either had drugstore makeup, Revlon makeup, Maybelline, any drugstore stuff, and then you had the makeup counter, which is like, oh my gosh, if you got to the makeup counter, that was amazing. And once in a while, I would get the makeup counter makeup. Like, remember those little silver eyeshadow? They were single eyeshadows from Clinique, and it would pull open. It was like a little silver case. And if you had one of those, you were pretty cool in high school. But we didn't have the choices we have today. I mean, I am amazed that there are so many makeup brands out there. I mean, if they had these types of makeup brands when I was in high school, I would have definitely been buying a lot more makeup. But like I said, we just didn't have the choices back then. So as I got older, I kind of became like obsessed with these palettes. They're beautiful. I'm an artist at heart. I enjoy color. I enjoy design. And I'm really obsessed with how makeup companies put together these palettes. So I have one, two, three, four. Let's see. Do I have eight? I think I brought eight out. One, two, three, four. Yeah, I brought out eight. So these are the eight palettes that I want to use up basically for the rest of March and into April, I decided, because I have like a rolling cart where I keep all my palettes, and then I'll take a whole bunch and put them on my makeup table to use every day. And what I got this idea for the video because I just bought the e.l.f. Chipotle palette. That's what I'm wearing right now. I love this palette. Oh my gosh. So I actually have dark green eyes, and when you have green eyes, you could wear purples really well, you can wear browns really well, you can wear mauve. Blue and green are a little tricky, and of course when you wear glasses and you're over 50, you definitely have a little bit more of a challenge to wear makeup because your eyes change. I mean, you definitely have, well, number one, you can't see. So that's always a problem. So anyone over 50, yeah, it gets a little bit harder to put makeup on. And then, your eyes are changing. Your lids are drooping a little bit more. Your skin isn't as tight as it used to be. So I try and keep up with wearing beautiful eyeshadow because it makes me feel good. It really does. I really love this Chipotle palette. So far, this brown has been a definite winner for me, as is this kind of purple sparkle. These look really nice. They're very smooth. They're very creamy. They go on really well. So this is definitely one of the palettes that I'm using right now. It's funny. I ordered the Star Wars palette from ColourPop, The Mandalorian, a while ago, and I never got around to reviewing it, and I never even actually started using it. I just thought it was so cute with the baby Yoda on it. I was like, I gotta get this palette. And it's funny because I just ordered this morning the Limoncello collection from ColourPop, so I'm going to be reviewing that. But this is super cute. I love, of course, the way ColourPop does include a mirror. It's funny, when I got this palette, though, I went, why did I order this palette? Because it's mostly green. So I think that's one of the reasons that I haven't used it, but I'm going to try and experiment a little bit with some of these like olive greens and see if I can make this work a little bit better with my green eyes. So I'm going to try to do this, and we'll see what happens, but I'm not sure this palette's going to work for me, but I definitely want to try it out because it's kind of cute. Next up, put that back in there. I love ColourPop. I'll have to say, it's inexpensive, it's quality makeup, and they have all kinds of really neat co-branded things. There goes Coco. I have a feeling the mail's here. I got this one in one of the beauty boxes. I can't remember which one. This is a Tarte palette. I love the circle. I think this is super cute. I've always been a huge fan of Tarte. You get a cool mirror in this one. And this is one of the, this is Rainforest of the Sea. Look at how beautiful these shades are, though. Oh, my goodness. I love anything with a shimmer. Check this out. This is gorgeous. Look at that. That is like the perfect shade for me. I love anything. It's like a metallic, bronzy brown. I put my makeup on this morning. I have quite a bit of makeup on now. I'm just wondering if I can just swatch a little bit more of this on here. It's funny. Sometimes I go old school and I'll use my finger. I usually use a makeup brush, but once in a while I'll just, literally go old school and put a little more on with my finger. Does anyone ever do that? They just, I don't know. I'm pretty good at putting makeup on with one finger, but I really like this palette, and I like when you're older, especially, I like having like a white or light to go on the brow bone because it really opens up your eyes. So if you haven't tried that, definitely try that because you're going to get that nice open look, especially if you're wearing glasses. You can kind of tell on top there, my eye opened up a little bit. So I do tend to use like a white or a shimmer color kind of on that upper lid brow bone there. So that's one of my little tricks there. Next up, oh my gosh, I pulled this one out. I forgot I had this palette. The Too Faced. This was celebrating 20 years of being fabulous. Oh my goodness, you guys, look at these shades. So they've got 1998 versus 2018, the different shades. And one of the shades that I really love lately, and it's funny because Jeffree Star has it in the Bloodlust palette. I wear that one a lot. I think it's called Take the Crown, but it's like a really light purple, and I've never worn light purple before this year, but I really do like these like light purple shades. They look really pretty. This one isn't quite as light as the Jeffree Star one, but I kind of like this light purple, and there's a lot of shades in this palette that I really like. The dark purple, I really like this kind of, it's called, there's one called Dirtbag and there's one called NSFW. So it's these two. Oops, right here. These two. They're really pretty. It's funny because recently I also discovered silver eyeshadow that goes really well with green eyes. And it's funny because I didn't bring that one out here. The Balm has like a single eyeshadow that's got some silver in it. That's really nice. I like this Monopop from the Face Shop. Avon actually is doing mostly Korean beauty now. So they kind of switched over because they're owned by LG now. And they've really started in with the Korean beauty. That's where I get all my shampoo, of course, and conditioner. I use the Elastine Korean Beauty shampoo. But they paired up with the Face Shop, and they've got another brand called FMG that I really like. But I really love the Korean Beauty. This is a pretty palette. Again, look at this metallic brown. Isn't that gorgeous? So I do want to use up my Monopop, that's the Face Shop there. So that one's actually really nice. The Mini Breaker, Jeffree Star. This is a really nice palette for summer. So check out these shades. Oh my gosh, I've used this purple one a lot. I feel like Jeffree Star does a really good job with the purples. So this one's pretty too. It's called Oral. I'm like, what the heck? Where does he get these names? I do like the shade. I love this shade. It looks really pretty when you swatch it. There's a lot of like faceted light in a lot of his shadows that I like. I'm really curious to try this one called Slice too this summer. It's kind of like a metallic gold. That looks super pretty. Look at this palette I got going here. That looks really pretty. But anyway, I do like the mini Jawbreaker. I also pulled out from Crown this palette called Glam Metals. And this is where I'm talking about the silver. So there's a lot of silvers in this one. Check out these silvers. Oh my gosh. They've got a heavy metal shade that looks really neat that I want to experiment with a little bit. Very silver. And then they've got one called Punk that's a little bit lighter. Actually, that one's darker. I expected that one to be lighter. That's kind of interesting. It looks lighter. But anyway, I really like the shades in here. They're super unique. And I kind of want to experiment with these a little bit, because I do like the silver shades. But that's Glam Metals, and that's Crown Pro. And then the final palette I brought out is from Storybook Cosmetics. Now, oh my gosh, there's like a weird story here. So I signed up for their book club like years ago. It was like 2.5 years ago. And somehow they had supply issues. It took forever to get here. And then I think I got one of these in like a beauty box. I can't remember, but they're kind of a neat concept. They have all these like co-branded palettes, and this one is actually Little Briar Rose, and look at how pretty they are. These look very fairy tale like. I like pink eyeshadow sometimes. I really do. I'm gonna swatch this with my thumb. Check that out. This pink, that is actually really pretty. I found that I can wear pink eyeshadow, so I'm going to try a few in this palette and see what happens. But like I said, it's kind of fun for me to experiment with different kinds of makeup. I enjoy doing it. And I wanted to pull, like I said, 8 palettes out that I can kind of experiment with a little bit in, you know, late March, you know, into April, and then I'll probably swap them all out. But like I said, I've got ColourPop Limoncello coming. I'm kind of impressed with that Urban Decay, that Wild West palette. I'm thinking about getting that one. But usually what I do is I'm usually not up on the latest and greatest all the time. Sometimes I'll wait until they go on sale because then it's like you get a better deal, or I just wait till I get them in my beauty boxes. So I'm not so obsessed that I'm paying top price exactly when a palette comes out. Like ColourPop I don't mind because they're less expensive, but I didn't like run out and get the Urban Decay Wild West palette because I'm like, it's $50. I'm like, I'll wait till it's on sale for like 25 and then I'll get it. So that's kind of like how I kind of purge through my palettes. I'll grab like 8 or 9, put them on my makeup table, use them for a while, and then I'll, you know, put them away and grab like 8 or 9 more. But I'm obsessed with palettes. I think they're gorgeous. They make me happy. And I can never part with them. I'm like, they're so pretty. So anyway, thank you so much. This is kind of a fun video for me. It was a little bit different, but I plan on doing some like different stuff going into spring. So anyway, thank you so much. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.